stop everything. The rumors shaking the foundations of Arrowhead Stadium finally have an answer. Is Andy Reid walking away? After weeks of speculation surrounding a possible retirement, the silence has finally been broken. This moment is not just about a coach staying in his position. It's about the future of a franchise that has defined an era of the NFL and now finds itself at a turning point. According to confirmed reports from Reuters, Andy Reid has made his stance clear. He intends to coach in 2026 if the Kansas City Chiefs want him back. Simple words, but with enormous implications. Because in the modern NFL, decisions like this don't happen in isolation. They ripple through the locker room, the front office, and the fan base. For more than a decade, Andy Reid has been the stabilizing force in Kansas City. When he arrived, the Chiefs were searching for consistency and identity. What followed was one of the most successful stretches any franchise has experienced in recent NFL history. Under Reid, Kansas City became known for innovation, discipline, and an expectation of winning. Playoff runs weren't surprises. They were standards. But the 2025 season disrupted that sense of inevitability. The Chiefs faced challenges that felt unfamiliar. Games that once felt controlled turned tense. Mistakes surfaced in moments that used to define dominance. The margins became thinner, and the confidence that once surrounded the team began to feel tested. This is why Reid's decision to continue matters so much. It arrives at a time when franchises either double down on leadership or begin preparing for transition. Reid, choosing to stay, sends a message that he believes this era is not finished. That correction is possible without starting over. At an age when many legendary coaches have already stepped away from the game, Reid believes he still has something to offer. He has spoken openly about wanting to remain engaged, competitive, and fully involved in the process of coaching. That mindset resonates inside an organization that has long valued continuity and internal stability. But continuity alone does not guarantee results. The NFL moves quickly. Defenses adapt. Trends shift. Younger teams emerge with speed and flexibility, and the salary cap leaves little room for sentimentality. Every franchise eventually reaches a point where it must balance loyalty with evolution. Reid's return guarantees structure at the top, but it does not guarantee dominance. The Chiefs are navigating an increasingly competitive AFC landscape where innovation is no longer a luxury. It is a requirement. Defensive schemes across the league have adjusted to Kansas City's offensive tendencies. Opponents no longer fear the unknown. They prepare for familiarity. This places added pressure on the organization as a whole. If Reid is to return in 2026, the front office must align its strategy accordingly. That means honest evaluations of the roster, difficult personnel decisions, and a willingness to adjust philosophy where necessary. Stability without adaptation has ended the reign of many great teams before. Andy Reid's legacy has been built on staying ahead of change. Throughout his career, he has earned a reputation as one of the greatest offensive minds the league has ever seen. More importantly, he has shown the ability to reinvent his approach as circumstances evolve. That willingness to adapt is now being tested once again. The road to 2026 is not about rebuilding from the ground up. It is about recalibration. The Chiefs are betting that experience, leadership, and strategic evolution can still compete with speed, youth, and innovation in today's NFL. Whether that bet pays off will depend less on reputation and more on execution. For Reid himself, this decision is not a victory lap. It is not a ceremonial extension of a decorated career. It is a challenge, a test of whether wisdom and evolution can coexist in a league that rarely waits for anyone. Andy Reid wants to coach in 2026. Whether that decision leads to resurgence or signals the beginning of a controlled transition will depend on what happens next, in meetings, in preparation, and on the field. The NFL does not reward the past. It rewards those who adjust before they are forced to. And for the Kansas City Chiefs, that moment of adjustment has already arrived. What do you think? Should Andy Reid remain at the helm in 2026? Or is it time for Kansas City to begin preparing for a new chapter? This is Chiefs Nation News. And we're just getting started.